Hello my loves, welcome to my channel. This is Tarot and Ink and I am Kaz. I've got a slightly different setup this time round, and we're going to be doing your love reading for the season of Taurus. I'm going to break you off into 4 groups, which is fire signs, so Aries, Leo, Sag, water signs, Capricorn, nope, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and then air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. It was inevitable within the first couple of seconds. I was gonna like muddle something up in terms of get my words all confused, I should say. So yeah, obviously this is for Taurus season 2026, but it is a timeless reading. So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You know the score. I hope something in this reading will be really helpful to you. I'm going to be using my Thoth, that's a very naked card, there we go, Thoth tarot deck. I'm going to be using the fairy cards, goddesses, gods and guardians. I'm going to be pulling an angel card for you guys as well. We'll get these out now. Hidden Truth deck, What's the Tea, and then a Happy-ish as well, just to kind of end, you know, the whole thing. So, oh, okay, this is broken. Cool. So, yeah, pulling out an angel card, so angel numbers and everything else. And yeah, these oracle cards here, if you can see them, I cannot see it on the camera because the frame's in the way, but it's fine. These oracle cards here are very much about what is going on in your love life in terms of situation. The tarot is the tarot. It's the mirror to the soul. That's what it is. So the introduction is the same. Please scoot over to your sign. I would highly recommend you watch for the sign that is your rising sign. So for example, I'm a Taurus, but my rising sign is Gemini. So I would watch for Gemini because your rising is more attuned to who you are as a person. It is more accurate, you know. And if you're not sure what your rising sign is, I would highly recommend the Chani app, or that's Channi, or you can go to Chani's website or whichever, and she does an amazing breakdown of your horoscope and your birth chart and everything, and what each house means. You know, the whole mix of your personality. She does specific readings or horoscopes in terms of the planetary alignment to your signs. So they're custom to you is what I'm saying. And it's just brilliant. I've used a lot of horoscope apps and, you know, birth chart explainers, and the Chani one is by far the best one out there. So yeah, scoot over to that. You can just use a generic kind of birth chart website and you just want your rising sign, but feel free to watch both. And before you pick your sign, I've already said take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm going to light a candle. So this is the Wolf Witch Apothecary. It's a rose, vanilla, jasmine botanical candle. It's vegan, it's gorgeous. I'm not affiliated with Chani or Wolf Witch. I just like using their stuff, and you can see it's pretty gorgeous. So oh, that smells amazing. We are going to take a deep breath in and breathe out. I'm going to light this flame, and you're going to say your name out loud or set an intention that you want for this reading. Oh, if I don't burn myself. There we go. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to burn my thumb. There we go. I'm going to set that there. Tip on my thumb. That's a nice steady flame. We'll let that crack on and pick your sign. Hello my gorgeous air signs. So this is the reading for Libra. You'll find the one for Aquarius and Gemini, but this is Libra. So we are going to pick you an angel sign first, or your angel number first for Libra. Libra, you're feeling a bit quiet. There's like a hush, like a shh that I'm getting in my ears. Some of you have lost complete hope on finding love. Yeah. It's your angel card. 888 abundance. One of the other signs had this. Maybe it was Capricorn. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. There. Abundance. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you as you stand in your highest self. You attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. And your affirmation, the more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. It was Capricorn that had this because I'm getting the same kind of poetic wording and I'm only getting fragments of it, which is like, if you are lost, if you've lost hope, if you're, not within that alignment, focus on service. If you are nervous, focus on service. That's what it is. If you are nervous, focus on service. So it essentially means if you feel like you're out of alignment, which is really a weird one for you, Libra, because you're usually very good at staying in alignment, balance and everything. But this is especially for those of you who feel like you've lost hope when it comes to love and relationships. Focus on service. And I don't necessarily mean, yes, I mean, go out into the community and help out and mingle, but also what can you do for your local charity? Can you donate clothes? Like, what are the other things that you can do? And you'll find it. You'll find what was in your strength. But going out and doing all of that just raises your vibration. It raises your standard. It gives you that hope and that connection within the abundance of the universe so that love can come in or that your current relationships can flourish more. I feel like some of you are out of balance because you're losing your, not completely losing your personality within a relationship, but it's like I'm seeing two couples and they blend together. And I want to say, like, do some things that bring you joy. You don't have to like everything that your partner likes. You don't have to be joined at the hip. So, Libra for love for Taurus season. Libra, you're very quiet. There's like a subdued quietness that feels a bit sad. Yeah, some of you are being like, I just thought I'd put this on for background noise. Yeah, it's almost like a lackluster, like a kind of thing. I definitely need to cover this up. Okay, I'm sure you can guess what that is because this is the Devil card. I'm not going to bring that to the camera, but it is the Devil card. With here, which is really, really, really interesting. Some of you there's two things when this comes up. One is the idea of, well, I am what you say I am, in which case I'm going to act up. If you tell me that I am no good, then I'm going to be no good. It's kind of like a feeling of giving up and just being like, all right, fine. If you tell me I'm the failure of the family, I'll be the failure of the family. If you tell me I'm the black sheep of the family, I'll be the black sheep of the family. It's that idea. There's also another aspect of it where you're really craving physical touch. I'll word it like that. You're craving that intimacy and that sensuality and the things that are taboo. Maybe you're really into S&M. Maybe you're really into bondage. Maybe you really want to explore all those things and go out and explore. Who is to tell you not to do that? Society is not here to tell you not to do that. Go do it. Go live your life and be joyful. And yes, you might not have love coming in. We haven't pulled the rest of the card yet. For May at least. But I feel like there's definitely some of you that will be in a relationship by the end of the year. And I feel like there'll be a lot of you that, you're wanting to be in a relationship now for the romanticism and the intimacy. And actually, when you go down into kind of exploring and having fun, you might find, you know what, I'm not ready for all that. I'm just going to enjoy being single. The Hierophant. Fortune, yeah. Good major arcanas. Yeah. Strife has come up quite a lot for a lot of the signs. Do we? Yeah. Yeah, we do. What's in the bottom? Oh, oppression. Yeah. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm just going to get a drink because I keep feeling like I'm closing up. Excuse me. So, yeah, I need to cover the naked baby. But the Hierophant is literally the card of Taurus. Let me change for a different, so it's a thinner one. There we go. So let's cover the naked baby. So the Hierophant is the card of Taurus. You can see all the balls here. It is literally about being a master of your situation, exploring something new, as well as looking at what it is that you genuinely enjoy. And, you know what, let's try it. Maybe if I put that there, I won't get banned, but there we go. So it's pretty obvious. You can guess what this is. This is definitely more of an 18 plus kind of reading. But yeah, it's also about birthing the new things and trying different things, using humor as well as part of it, and aligning yourself with that higher vibration of abundance and joy, and allowing yourself to be both the master and the student in situations. This feels like exploring something new more physically. This feels like you need to go, Libra, and do some things that you wouldn't normally do. Take what resonates. And I feel like for you couples, it's exploring different things physically. Get it on, because I'm hearing Marvin Gaye, so we all know what that means. we all know. Yeah. Go have some fun. Find what you enjoy. Surprise yourself and let loose a little bit. Taurus season is really, and I'm saying this as a Taurus, it is about allowing ourselves to relish the indulgence, allowing ourselves to thrive on the slowness, on leisure, on the luxuries of life. And I don't care how busy you are, you have time to do that. I'm completing my 3rd degree. I have this YouTube channel. I'm learning 2 different languages. Yes, they're languages I grew up speaking, but I'm still trying to improve myself. I'm writing a book. I can make all of these excuses to be like, oh, I don't have time for this. You do. You absolutely do. If I have time to have fun, you have time to have fun. I'm also working full time. So you make time for the things that bring you joy and leisure and fun in your life. It's serious because the hand's out, because I'm like, look at the fun. That was not an Italian accent. That was just me being Colombian. But yeah, and this is up to you. Nobody's going to come in and just color code your calendar and change different things or whatever. This is you. This is on you. You can do it. And you can find that balance within work because you've got the 3 of discs. You would be amazed the kind of pockets of time that you have. You absolutely do. I will give a bit of a leeway to people who are obviously parents because children take up a lot of time and they're unpredictable. But also, please find that time. Knight of Discs is about looking at the arid past of where they come, but you can see the horses looking forward. The horse is, if you think of the Chinese sign of the horse, which again is me, you're looking forward. You're looking towards joy. You're looking at playfulness and being childish and being immature and having that sense of humor and, taking a different path. Because otherwise, if your life is just serious and stern and intense all of the time, it's exhausting. You end up blocking your own manifestation. You end up blocking yourself to love. And we don't want to do that, Libra. And this is what you need for Taurus season. You need to be elevating yourself to a point of joy. Elevating yourself by, I'm not talking about major things, why don't you, what brings you joy? Really simple question. What brings you joy? What lights you up? Is it playing music for 30 seconds? Is it adding maple syrup to your breakfast. What literally brings you joy? Allow yourself to be connected to that. That will bring love in. For definitely more towards the end of the year, I'm getting Capricorn season. So, I'm dropping the paper. Oh, well, that paper's gone. When's Capricorn season? Is that like November? Yeah, November, December. That's, you will definitely, a lot of you will be in a relationship by that time. Am I going to be able to pick up this other piece of paper? No, that just lives there now. That's fine. Yeah. Stop trying to preempt and control. I know that's hard for an air sign because you tend to overthink. My rising's Gemini. That's what we do. So, let's have, what's the tea cards? What's been going on? What are we dealing with? What's coming in? What do we need to do? So for my lovely single Libras, spiritual healer. Almost every single person has had this card. Or every single sign. We are healing. This is full Taurus. I'm going to break the table again. But this is full Taurus, you know. It is about taking that space, that time to heal. I said that was for my singles, no, couples. Drama starter. So couples, somebody who stirs the pot, always in the middle, loves the chaos. Yeah, not necessarily your partner, but it could, for some of you it's a friend, and for some of you it's, oh, interesting, it's like a sister. Yeah, like a sister-in-law. I'm not really getting mothers, it's more like a sibling, like an overworked up sister. Yeah, the sister's a bit of a kiss ass. I mean, some of these pictures, I don't know why they, come up with this, but yeah, somebody is definitely a bit of a kiss ass. You know, they're nasty to you or nasty in one aspect, and then they're an absolute kiss ass on the other. This has come up quite a lot as well. So catching a case, and same with this, fishing for comments. You know, for my singles, for some of you, it feels like you're just shouting into the void about what you want to manifest and all the rest of it. And I just want to be like, just stop. Just go live. Go have some enjoyment. Go have a at-home pamper session. Just go do all of those things that bring you joy. And it's the same thing with my couples. And yeah, I feel like for some of you, there was a false... that's specific. For some of you, there was like a false thing, a false cheating accusation. So like you've had a friend or a friend, you know, who's turned around and said, oh, I'm getting the name Michael. I thought I saw Michael and they were having dinner with this woman and, you know, and they just made all this stuff up. And then you approach Michael, your partner, whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, that's my work colleague. No, we weren't doing that. And also there were 5 other people with us. And then you go back to that friend who's obviously talking and they're like, oh yeah, well, I didn't see the 5 people, but I thought maybe they were on a different table, whatever, you know, it's like they're backtracking. And I feel like, yeah, for some of you, like, I'm sorry if you've had to deal with this. Somebody is really like stirring the pot, telling lies, causing stuff. Yeah, that doesn't need to be kind of there as well. The clingy lover reminds me of like past history. Karma and chaotic. Not all chaos is bad, but I feel like, yeah, somebody, especially that kind of friend who knows kind of a history there, is trying to, there's a jealousy, is trying to stir the pot, is trying to like get too involved. Boss daddy. Yeah. Some of these pictures. But yeah, I feel like for both, you know, Libras, I feel like for a lot of times you are the boss daddy. You are the stable person in the relationship. You are the one that earns the most. You are the business owner, the CEO, the one with the BD energy. BDE, we'll go with that. and yeah, elevate yourself. But watch out for these people who say they have your intentions at heart, or they're just stirring the pot for no reason. Some of that will come more into fruition as Taurus season comes to a close and we come into Gemini. Allow people to trap themselves. Allow people to put themselves in a corner. And we are on to your happy-ish card. So this is what Libra needs for Taurus season. Yes, make some mistakes. We're getting repeating patterns over here, and I've made a mistake because I put these in the wrong place. There we go. Can you see that? Hopefully so. Make some mistakes. At the end of your life, your headstone will not read, "Never once made a mistake." Your obituary will not list the missteps and failures and moments that still make you cringe years later. You will not be remembered for the worst things you've done or said, and your regrets will all die with you. How freeing. What mistake would you like to make next? I'm going to say that sentence again because I botched it. What mistake would you like to make next, Libra? Enjoy yourself. Be clumsy. Be messy. Be different. Allow yourself for Taurus season to really thrive, because you deserve that respite. You deserve the calmness and the joy and the sunshine. Anything else? But that's it. That is your reading. Thank you so very much. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. Please, go ahead and have a look at the other readings in the different playlists as well. And if this is not your rising sign, please go ahead and go see your rising sign, or the reading for your rising sign. Thank you so much. Have a lovely Taurus season. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous Aquarius. Right, we're going to get cracking because I feel like you lot have no time to waste kind of thing. So, Aquarius, your angel card. Yeah, I do want to go here. Balance. So, here we go. Now is the time to take inventory of your feelings. Are there any feelings of imbalance or resistance? Divine whispers are here to remind you that the alignment that you seek also seeks you. Breathe, rest, and reset. This is such, I did a fake cough there, imbalance or resistance. Resistance, I really want to highlight. It's that thing of no time to waste, let's go. Breathe, rest, and reset. This is your affirmation. What feels peaceful and calm easily finds me as I restore the balance within me. Come on, Aquarius. Let's have a look at your season. Well, your love life during Taurus season. Yeah, there's this energy of go, 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 go. We got to carry on. We've been swept up in Aries season, and now we've got Taurus, which is calm, relax, lie on the sofa, put your feet up, enjoy the finer things, the rest, the luxuries of life, the leisure. And that's I was literally about to say that is something for you, Aquarius. I think particularly that you're going to struggle with this season as well, because if you have more one than the other, you have more kind of rushing than the rest. If you're constantly running and not resting, you're going to block your own journey, your own manifestation. You're going to run past the route that you need to go down. You're going to miss the signs from the universe, all those niggly intuition-y bits. That's take a detour here. I feel like you have no time for detours. Yeah, I do want to put that there. I want to turn this over. Yeah. Some of you have been through a friendship breakup, or a breakup, or if you were casual with a person, just dating, whatever, it's ran its turn now. Yeah, this is the rush, the Knight of Swords. He's going in. There's the energy here, the intelligence with the swords, but you can see that kind of rush through, he's flying. and he's trying to look at things, because you've got two different sized swords, but he's trying to look at things from different points of view and being like, left, right, left, right. But this is what I mean, like I literally said left and then went right, and so I'm like left, but you're missing the wrong points, the wrong turns, and Taurus season is about slowing down. Yes, there's too much. There's too much kind of like, let's go, and there needs to be a balance within this. Yes, exactly. So you have the Seven of Cups here as the opposite opposing one with the Knight of Swords. You are the only sign that has literally done a split, half and half, or that's how I want to perceive it. So you have the Five of Wands, which is strife, which is the blocking of that fire energy here, the blocking of that spark and intuition and everything, you know, not listening, not seeing the signs, but still asking for them. And then, you know, the universe isn't responding within your timing, and you're like, come on, I've got places to be, things to do. And the insolence, which is I think this is part the opposite of just taking a look and reflecting and going, what's working and what's not working for me right now. You know, you're looking, sometimes spending too much time looking behind you rather than looking what's happening in the now. And that's my cat. Thank you. Can I give you a treat soon? Thank you. You know, and then you have the Knight of Swords as opposite with the Seven of Cups. Now, debauch or debunch, whatever. I always want to say debunch because I'm dyslexic as anything. But debauch is a really interesting card because it's a card that relates to Venus. And Aleister Crowley, who did these cards in you know, with two other people, but he really had such a thing about Venus. Didn't like the goddess for whatever reason. So this card always reminds me and attributes to love, but also our own perceptions of what love is, and the idea that things that were, you know, because you've got the Eight of Cups here and the Seven of Cups here, and usually they come after, you know. This is the more of an idea of what was beautiful and open blue waters has now become stagnant. It's too much. It's all kind of overwhelming and a bit too much. And this has been a really interesting reading so far, in the way of it's being like you need to balance because you're missing the different routes. So you've got the Moon, which is about going through the unseen, wandering into the unknown, passing the gates here, passing the test, you know, with that, in order to hit the Sun, which is up here. But yeah, I just really want to tell you, for Taurus season, if you are trying to manifest love, if you're trying to bring love in, if you're trying to elevate your romantic relationships, there's not many of you in like a 3D kind of situation, or that you'd want to be Aquarius, but you need to be doing something different that you wouldn't normally do, which is that slowing down, taking stock, having a moment to rest and breathe and reset, recharge, and having that love and that space, because you're refueling. There we go. That was the word I want to say. You're tipping into your own well, and that's what you need to be doing this Taurus season. I'm not seeing love coming in. I'm not seeing really love coming in for pretty much all of the signs. It is all very much about how can we elevate ourselves to manifesting love. How can we elevate ourselves into creating our lives that is surrounded by love? And that's what this is. And you're probably not going to like what I'm having to say, because you're probably hoping for me to be like, oh yeah, you and so-and-so are going to get married and this, that and the other, and it's not the season. Yes, Taurus season is Venus, but I feel like there's so much going on. One of the planets, can't remember who, is in kamikaze. There's so much kind of going on with this Taurus season that it's like, okay, before we rush, because the end of the year is going to get very exciting. Like from kind of June, July particularly, and then further afield, there's gonna be a lot of movement when it comes to love and relationships and everything else. But we need to rest, you know. It's the thing of, you know, if you were running a marathon, the day before you run the marathon, yes, you might do a little kind of jog kind of thing just to keep you in the space, but you're not gonna do a full marathon training the day before you run a marathon. You're gonna rest. You're gonna make sure you have everything you need before you set off. Singles, couples. Okay, we are being very vocal. Everything else, yes. Yeah. Singles. Happiness hater. So you've had people in your life, my single Aquarius, who, yeah, trolls. I'm seeing trolls. I'm seeing online, you know, talk. I'm seeing people who, so sorry for this. They want to shit on your parade. That's what I'm hearing. You know, because they're horrible to themselves. So they want everyone else to feel small and to feel insignificant. And that's not fair for you guys. Yeah, that person's, all those people, they're in their heads. They're making assumptions. They're creating stories. You know, they might be gossiping and saying, oh, you're with that person? Really? Oh my goodness, you can do better. Do you know they're a bit of a cheat? They're a bit of a rake. You know, they're a bit of a player, whichever. And you know, all of that can be, I'm hearing rumors and hearsay and just people making up news that's not relevant and not helpful, and under the pretense that they are supporting and helping and loving you. And for these images, honestly, for my couples, it's an interesting one. They offer. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of the couples watching this for Aquarius, you feel like you've been done dirty in some kind of way. You feel like your information, I'm getting information's been withheld. Somebody is not quite as upfront as where they should be. For some of you, it's friends as well, not just your partner. They're trying to stir the pot. They're trying to like gossip. Yeah, and you're very much a case of being like, oh, how interesting. Okay, bye. Yeah, so we've got a few love triangles, or attempting to be a love triangle, or saying, or I'm getting like, it's like a lot of gossip. And like for some of you, if you're in a couple or you're dating someone, whichever else, you know, it's like someone coming up to you and being like, oh, they were with that person, they were doing this with this, and then turns out they weren't on a one-on-one dinner with someone else. There was like 6 other people or whatever. It's like there's no facts and all vibes. It's like that kind of thing. You know it and you see through it, you know. I don't feel like this is legit, which is a weird thing to say. I feel like this is people trying to make and cause drama where there isn't one. And I feel like, you know, if you are dating someone and you want to be their person, but they're seeing multiple people, you know, if they're not choosing you, choose yourself. Go away. Just pick yourself consistently. But for a lot of you, I feel like people are trying to cause drama where there isn't any. And just for some of it, it's like trying to get under your skin. It's like that happiness hater kind of thing. There's a jealousy. That's what I'm trying to say. Is there a third party situation for some of you? No. You got the Truce card. So you've literally got lovers here and then the 10 of Cups. And I can see a couple like poking out. So there definitely was like there's a Tower over here. There's definitely like the trauma from the past. But no. People are trying to cause issues where they don't need to be. And you don't need that this season. You know, Taurus season, you're cutting those people out. Your reading has been very like, yeah, very snappy. I feel like it's going to be a very short amount of time. I can't actually see the camera time. But I feel like that's what you're wanting. You're like, give it to me straight. Give it to me as quick as possible. There we go. This is what you need. Just quit. Yep. Excuse me. There we go. So for decades, gym teachers and coaches told us that winners never quit and quitters never win. With all respect to good sportsmanship, that idea is dumb as hell. You're a grown-up and you know what's best for you. You weren't born to keep your nose to the grindstone, whatever that is, or suffer for the comfort of others. Yeah, you have adult responsibilities and there are laws you have to follow. But it's your right to decide when enough is enough and when to throw in the towel. Winners love to quit. There's an art to knowing when to quit. There's an art to that. And I'm taking that to mean both quit those relationships that you don't need, including friendships, but also quit this idea that you have to be constantly running all the time. You have to be at 60. You have to be the one that's, I'm getting like the single mother who's doing everything and saving everyone, and you know, she has no help from her family and all of that kind of stuff. That's what I'm getting in my head. And it's a bit like, just know when to not just ask for help, but when to say enough is enough. And I feel like that's what you're really learning and embracing in Taurus season. And the way that applies to love is because when you make yourself first, when you make yourself a priority, when you are there for yourself, you are then in alignment with the universe and the love of the universe. And you will bring that love in, if not already, or you'll elevate your relationships in that way because you're elevating your relationship with yourself. And that's what manifestation is. It's a direct reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So we have to feed into that. There's no point sitting there and doing affirmations and and being like, we're going to journal, we're going to do all of this, if you're not there with it, if your emotions aren't there with it, because then you're just doing the things without any intention. So take a breather. You deserve rest. You deserve balance. You deserve peace and calm. You deserve to breathe and to reset and to restart as well. I hope you enjoyed that reading, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe because it really helps me out. And there's loads of like other weekly readings and other readings within my channel. So please go ahead and look. And like I said, please like and subscribe. But also, if this isn't your rising sign, please go to your rising sign because it is so accurate when you do that. But yes, thank you so much. Take care. Hello, my gorgeous Geminis. Let's get into your love reading for Taurus season. Okay, thanks. Some of you have tunes stuck in your head, songs that keep playing over and over again. So, your angel number is 000 or 000, whichever. Guidance, you have full support. Oh, you can't see that, 1 second. There we go. You have full support of the divine. Say that again. You have full support of the divine. The guidance you are seeking is here, and your life is moving in the right direction. This is the start of a new beginning, where one cycle ends, a new begins. There we go. I couldn't quite see it because I'm trying to hold it for yourselves. Affirmation. I trust in the magic of the new beginnings. I feel the support and guidance that is all around me. So that is your angel card. Yeah, I mean, we're nearly coming into your season, you know. Taurus, you do quite well within Taurus season. It's a lot kind of, ooh, why am I getting a what's the tea? I want to go here. Oh, okay, let's do something different. You're the only sign that wants to do something different. Sure. No, we're not going to. Let me start this again. Because I feel like you're all over the place, Gemini. A little bit. You're overthinking, which, you know, we do. I'm Gemini? I'm Gemini rising, as I call that. And it's almost a point of, we're excited for our season. It's nearly our birthdays. But we're kind of trying to rush and think our way into love a little bit here. You know? Kind of jump straight in and be like, well, let me tell you. And kind of go into counselor and counseled mode. Yeah. Kind of a little all over the place here. First card, debauchery. Yeah. I feel like there's been some change with a few of you here, because this is a really interesting card. It's come up for some of the other signs. And Alistair Crowley, and I've forgotten her name again, the lady who did the artwork, when they did these tarot decks, Crowley has, I think there was another guy involved as well, but Crowley has a real issue with the goddess Venus, or Aphrodite, whatever. And this is usually stereotypically the Seven of Cups, the Venus card, or one of the Venus cards. And this card here within this deck is about over segmentation. So it's about things that were fruitful and joyous and lovely, and they've run their course. There's just a goop, the water's full of goop, and, you know, just not nice stuff like mold, and things need a really good clean. It's that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's how you've been looking at your love life, and will continue to look at your love life, even if you're in a relationship. You know, what's not working, what's stagnant, what seems suffocating, where was the love and now there wasn't. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, the moon. So we're looking at the things, and sometimes overanalyzing the things that are unknown. And I want to say to you, Gemini, instead of trying to think your way into love, instead of trying to like think yourself to healing, think yourself into whatever it is, you need to feel, which is not always our easiest thing to do. But we need to feel our way into love, and do the opposite, like feel our intuition, feel where we need to go, rather than thinking or overthinking everything all the time. Yeah, because it's almost like, so I'm seeing like the waves of the water here. Can you see there's a lot of like water? There's a lot of the same colours, and you've got the works. It's almost like we're avoiding our feelings here a little bit, Gemini. We are staying so in our own heads and in our own minds, and not feeling the reality of the situation. I'm going to keep saying the word feeling at you, because it's almost like your body, your emotions, your heart are kind of shouting at you, and there's a conflict here. Yeah. Yes. Let me cover the naked babies. There we go. Yeah, exactly what I was expecting. Ooh, cover the naked babies. She is also showing her breasticles. Can't wait for the subtitles to pick up the word breasticles. That's always fun. Yeah, so this is where we are here, and we need to move in to, because I want to put these kind of like that, so they kind of join up that way. So we're going ooh, like that, so, or rather more like that way. And you know, the opposite to the Seven of Cards, the bunch, and kind of the moon, part of the moon is the Priestess. It's about knowing you have everything within your disposal. You have everything within your disposal. You can go long stretches of time without, you know, having romance there. Really? You know, some of you are slightly more cuddly, you don't mind a hug and whichever else, and some of you are very much like, do not touch me without my consent, but do not touch me, you know. And you can go long periods of time, and you have a lot of patience, Gemini. You know, we are known for our patience and for looking at loopholes to stuff. And I want to be like, just step back, just with Taurus season, embrace that slowness. But for you, it's like, embrace your feelings, embrace everything that's within kind of thing. Again, a lot of blue. You've got the sun, literally, that's the sun there, and the moon card as an opposite there, which is saying the sun card is like a great big yes. You will be in that significant relationship. For some of you, you already are in a significant relationship. If you're sort of around the age of 43, 44, and you're married in that relationship, that is your person, but you know exactly who I'm talking to. That doesn't resonate for all of you, and it won't do, and that's absolutely fine. And you're not really watching this to be like, oh, that's my person, because you already know. So this is more, don't give up hope. If you know, love can come swinging at any point, kind of thing. And again, we've got the twins here. Like, you are on the side of the wall where the grass is greener. You're just not necessarily seeing it because you're not feeling it, because you're trying to think your way through things. And you need to just be really attuned with your body. That's what I'm trying to say. Taurus season is about you really attuning to your feelings and your physical body and everything else. And that will elevate you into this space of love, single or not. It will elevate you into this point of feeling loved and knowing that you are loved, because you'll start to see things. We've got the Ace of Swords. You start to see things with more clarity. You know, we're cutting away the rubbish. We're cutting away the smoke, and we're seeing things again with that yellow sun. We're seeing things at a point of clarity. You just let go of control a little bit. But yeah, we need to feel our feels. And if you're still healing from stuff, which I think a lot of you are, you know, from repeat patterns, past trauma, all of that kind of stuff, let it go. You know, you can love people unconditionally and still love yourself more. Because the point is that you love yourself unconditionally. You know, and we can forgive, but not necessarily forget. You know, if people scorned you, they scorned you. They don't need to be in your life. You can love someone and not need to have them in your life. That's fine. You know, that's forgiveness. Forgiveness is more for you than for other people, because you're not carrying the burden that was them. If that makes any sense. So, what's the tea? So you really want to say something, Gemini, in terms of, yeah, hustling. You're making it rain. You're focused on the big money. Looking you up. And some of you are looking up your ex. So this hustling also makes me think of two things. One is you're hustling in order to prove your glow up, which you really don't need to do. Some things just suck. And the other thing is kind of a hustling in order to avoid love. We're curious. We want to see, is love coming in this season? And I feel like more June. I feel like a lot of people are going to be getting into relationships more kind of in June, July, where high of summer, or have more love around them, kind of thing. And then more towards the end of the year, you're one of those signs that I feel like by the end of the year, you'll be where you want to be. If you want to be in a relationship, you'll be in a relationship. If you want to, you know, if you want to keep things casual, you'll keep things casual. Yeah, we want that. Singles. Bad habits. Yeah. These, I don't know if I can have this picture. There we go. Drugs and denial, repeating mistakes, can't break the loop. You've got rid of past people who weren't good for you. I'm not saying everyone was an addict or whichever else, and you know, addiction is a disease, I will say. But you've got people who weren't good for you, who were intoxicating, but who also weren't, oh, that jumped out at me, weren't great for you. Yeah. You've got rid of your bad karma. So I think with looking you up, it's more a case of some of you are looking up your exes, your what ifs, what could have been, all of that kind of stuff. And it's more a case of just being in love with the romanticism of it all. Yeah, being in love with the romanticism of it all rather than the reality of it. I feel like those of you who are in a relationship watching this, Geminis, you're in a much happier place in relationship. It's just some of you have your trauma shouting at you, and you need to be doing a bit of work. For some of you, with the ego, there's a family member. I feel like for some of you, it's definitely on your side. And for some of you, it's kind of a bit of both. I'm talking more couples. Like, more some on your side and some on their side. I'm getting, again, it's like a sibling. There was another, I think it was Aquarius, maybe it was a Libra. Another air sign where, where the sibling is causing drama. The sibling is wanting attention. Yeah. We've got stalker and photo proof. Yeah, this person is obsessed with you. Not in a good kind of way. They're talking a lot. You've got all the evidence of them just sort of lying out of their back teeth, is what I want to say. Sort of lying and making up stories and, saying saying things happened that they didn't and that kind of stuff. And this is moving towards like a sister or a brother. It's feeling more towards a sister, but more for your other half, like your sister's other half. Just be careful. Even if they haven't come up yet, they will. They will start to cause drama, and they can use any excuse. They can use every excuse and be like, oh, because I'm an a-hole because I'm pregnant, or this, that, and the other. And do you know what I mean? Here is your happy-ish card. So, Gemini for Taurus season. This is a very quick fire reading. A lot of you are hustling. A lot of you are focused. A lot of you are running away slightly from your feelings. Yeah. Do I want this? Yeah. So, for those of you with the sibling, the couples, this is the fuck lemonade, F-lemonade. F-lemonade? No. F-lemonade. You do not owe anyone a glass half full. You do not need to smile through the pain or make your life more palatable to other people. When life pelts you in the face with a rock-hard lemon, you don't owe anybody a glass of lemonade. That's also for those people that I was talking about. You really need to sit in your feelings. You don't need to be focusing so much on like the glow up. Some things just suck. And that for those who need more hope, what if everything worked out? What if the timing you're worrying about right now never comes to pass and something else falls into place? Something joyful, something wonderful, or heck, just something not bad at all. I love the word heck. That's great. Take a break from leaping to a laundry list of what could go wrong and let your mind explore what could be if it all worked out. What's the best that could happen? So, I hope that was helpful for you, Gemini, for your love life for Taurus season. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. It's super helpful. Please comment if you want me to clarify anything. And if this is not your rising sign, please go ahead and find your rising sign and just enjoy Taurus season. Enjoy the slowing down a little bit. Enjoy the kind of the luxuries, the eating from the buffet of life, just all of that kind of stuff. Just enjoy the season. Thank you so much.